Hey everybody, it's Cindy over at paper.old.new. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me today. And thank you to all my subscribers and all you guys who are watching. I am going to do another pocket for my idea book. This is a variation on the slant pocket that we did with the book pages where you fold the book page into quarters and then tuck it. This is using a piece of scrapbook paper. Most of a piece of scrapbook paper. And I really like the way these turn out. I have not glued this one together because I'm thinking about the S word, guys. I might go up to my sewing machine and try doing some stitching, and then I'll bring them back and show them to you. But I wanted to show you what this looks like. Like I said, variation on the slant pocket. As you can see, this paper is semi-directional, and it kind of is a mess. It's not too bad. Depending on how you decorate it. But this works best with non-directional paper. And I would go so far as to say it works best with things that don't have stark linear patterns on them because they aren't necessarily going to meet upright when you fold. If you don't mind any of that, you know, the world is your oyster. Use whatever you want. This is for... And it doesn't have to be 4, but you won't necessarily use part of it. This square here, you won't necessarily use this square if you don't use single-sided paper. And I'll show you what I mean. We are going to start with this. This is something that I'm planning on using for my... You know that I keep talking about doing an industrial shabby chic journal? Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to use this for. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, and this might even be the one I decorate if I decorate one on camera with you guys today. This is going to be as mass make as I can get in a reasonable amount of time. I'm going to try. We'll see how it goes. As you can see, my coffee dyeing mug is back. I'm not going to coffee dye on camera with you guys today, don't worry. But I have been doing it, and I've been enjoying it. Okay, so I am going to we're going to cut off 2 inches. You do not have to cut off these 2 inches if you're okay with your pocket being 6 inches wide. The only reason we are cutting off these 2 inches is because most of the time, we're making 6x9 journals, and a lot of times we're folding 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper. And I don't know what the A4 dimensions are in Europe, so I don't know what that is folded in half. But an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper is 5.5 inches wide. So a 6-inch pocket won't fit on there if you're going to put it on one of those pages. This comes out to be 5 inches wide, at least it should. Yeah, this comes out to be 5 inches wide because we take 2 inches off of this piece of paper. And then it's about 7 inches tall. Yeah. Okay. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to fold it in half. You cut off your 2 inches, assuming you want a 5-inch pocket. Like I said, if you're making a bigger journal, and you have room for a 6-inch pocket, look at me. I took 2 inches off there and I'm folding it wrong. Guys. Okay, again, in the middle of my thought. If you are making a bigger journal, obviously, and you can stand to have a 6-inch pocket, then by all means, you don't have to trim your paper. Okay, so, and then we said we wanted it to be 7 inches tall. It works out really well being 7 inches tall, so we're going to make a 5-inch fold, which is going to come to right there. That should be the 5-inch mark. Okay, and I'm going to get my bone folder, and we're going to set that, and we're going to set that. Okay, now the next thing you're going to do is I'm making this one opens, as you can see, this one slants this way. This one's going to slant the other way. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut this square out. Okay. I'm going to do this with a ruler and nope, that's not straight. Oh, I think I'm going to do this with a ruler and knife. Okay, found my knife. Took me a minute, but I found it. All right. This is the side I want to take off. So let me line it up. By the way, I got this idea, this variation on a slant pocket from, and I may do more. I'm going to probably do more out of her little book that she made. It was Stephani over at Coffee, Paper, Scissors did a Pocket Wednesday series, and she filled up a journal with pockets, which when I found it, I thought was funny since that's what I'm doing. And I was going through the list and I saw this one and I was like, that's too funny. We just did a slant pocket. So I thought that I would bring this one to you as a quick variation on the slant pocket that we already did. And this one, like I said, is I got over at Coffee, Paper, Scissors. And I'll try and link the video down below. Okay, now, once you've gotten that done and you've cut your thing, make sure your fold still works. I can feel the crease there, so, I mean, yeah, I think I'm going to have to. I was trying to cut on the right side of the fold so that it wouldn't do this, but, you know, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so there we have it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this over like this. I struggled to get this point to fold last time. But, I mean, you just fold that over. Okay, and it will fold up to make your bottom slant pocket. And then we're going to fold this. Let's see. Wait. I folded that the wrong way. Shoot. There's going to be a weird fold in my pocket, guys. I folded that the wrong way. Fold away from your opening. Okay? You see how this opens this way? Fold away from your opening. Okay? So that your pockets will line up correctly. All right, so there's that one. Mine has a funny line in it, but all things considered, you know, whatever. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take this one and you're going to fold it down to the midfold. Well, to just inside the midfold. You, of course, don't want it to get in the way. Okay, so we're going to fold that down to just inside the midfold. And then when you close it and you flip this up, you've got a set of slant pockets. These ones aren't as narrow, and there aren't as many of them as in the other thing. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece and we're going to glue it on here to cover up the white. And that way you use up as much of the thing as you can. Okay, so let's throw this one together real quick. I need my book page. We are going to use glue stick. So let's put this down on here. Actually, what I should do is this. We will coat this with glue and then I will stick it to that. Like I said, I was watching, I was flipping through videos and stuff and watching some stuff. I actually have the TV set up in my room so that at night when I'm laying in bed trying to fall asleep, I'm watching videos. That's like the only time I get to do it. So I'll lay up there and watch videos. The problem is on my TV, unless I hook up my computer or I hook up a keyboard or I'm up there with my phone, which I don't take to my room because I don't want it to wake me up with all the weird 2 a.m. notification things that come in. You know how when you're subscribed to things and they send you things at 2 in the morning in your email? Yeah. Okay. So we're just going to we're going to stick this down. Okay. And then, just for ease of messing with it, I'm going to stick the edges of this down. I'm actually considering taking these up to my sewing machine and sewing them. So, and I'm not going to glue them together, but you would put glue here. I don't suppose you have to put glue on the bottom. If you're looking to limit the amount of glue you stick in your pocket, if you just glue here, that'll close it, and then the fold will close the bottom. So you don't technically have to glue across there. You just have to glue here, and then when you fold up, you have to glue here. Okay? So those are the places you would have to glue to keep it shut if you're not going to sew it. And I'll do one, I want to put stitches in this one. So I'm not going to glue this one. And while I was looking for my knife, I did the other one. So I'll show you what I mean by why I don't want to put, I don't want to glue it. Because if I glue it, I can't do some of the stitching that I want to do. Oh man, there's a little bit peeking right there, and it's white, so we're going to have to take that off. Granted, a good amount of ink will probably, and then there we have it. So that's so you would have a pocket here, and then however you glue this in your book, you would have another pocket. This is the one I stitched. I'm really proud of myself. Never done this before. But see how I stitched along the slants? If I glue this shut, I can't stitch the slants. So I definitely want to stitch that one. So, because I really like the way that turned out. I've never stitched all the way around a pocket like that before. I was so proud of myself. I'm still, like, I don't sew straight. I'm not a great seamstress. All right, let's make another one. This one I could probably glue together, but let me think. I'm trying to think about what I want to cut off. Okay, first of all, we're going to cut from the top. This is going to be our top. So I'm going to cut. My cut's going to be here. Close my glue stick before it dries up. My cut's going to be up here. Now, if you watch Stephani's video, and like I said, I'll link it in the description box. If you watch Stephanie's video, she took this and made little bookmarks out of it. What am I doing? So she took these strips because she said she wanted to use up the whole piece. So basically she folded this in half, clipped it in the middle, and then she made two little bookmark tags out of it. Which, I mean, if you're making a pocket, you could use them in your pocket. All right, so I am going to fold this in half. I'm going to do it the other way, though. So we're going to fold up this way. Where is my... All right. Okay, and then I'm going to fold... Did I do it again? I did it again. Guys, oh my gosh. I'm going to lose it. I'm just going to totally lose it. Okay, so we're folding this way. Yeah, okay. One of these I'll get right. So when you cut your 2 inches off, you're folding the 5-inch piece. So this is now 5 by 12. You're folding no, this is now 10 by 12. You're folding the 10-inch side in half. It's going to be one of those days, guys. It's just going to be one of those days. Okay. I am going to... I think we're going to fold... I don't really guess it matters much. So I am going to put this here, and we're going to fold to... Yikes. We're going to fold to here. Is that straight? I don't want to do crooked folds again. So we're going to fold here. This gives me a 7 and 5 is what you're looking for. Right? Because this is the 12-inch direction. We'll do another one. So, like, I have this weird fold in mine now. So if you're having trouble keeping up, we'll do another one. Now we're going to cut our piece off. And I am going to try to cut to the outside of the fold so that it doesn't, I don't want it to be too big, but in the same token, I don't want it to interfere with, and I got to make sure I'm doing the right fold line. Now that I have 2 fold lines on mine. That might have been too much to the side. Guess we're about to find out. Okay, and then we're going to cut this one. She did hers with scissors, and I did one with scissors, and I was lucky that it even came out close to straight. I don't do straight with scissors, guys. It just does not happen. So, yeah, see, that's still got... Okay, well, let's see. Okay, so that's our... Yeah, the tall side of my pocket's short over there. I cut it short. I mean, it's fine. You can, you know, when you decorate it and all that, it'll be whatever, but. So just cut on your fold line. Don't try to finagle it. This is going to be another one of those videos I've made where it's like, these are the things that you don't do, but generally this is how you make this pocket. Okay, so we fold it up like that. And I like the roses. Okay. That'll bug me, but, you know, whatever. And then we're going to take this and we're going to fold this down like this, right? Just to the inside of the fold. Try to fold it as straight as you can. That way your slants will be parallel. I know, nobody's taking geometry class, but this slant and this slant will match if you do that right. Okay, and then I need my square piece. And I want the rose, so like this. We'll glue it on there. Now, if this piece is too wide this way, obviously you can trim that. That isn't where I'm worried about it. Okay. So, yeah, and then we'll have a rose up there. They match. All right, so let's glue that stuff down, and I will glue this pocket shut. I don't mind this one being, nope, I don't mind this one being a glued pocket instead of a sewn pocket. So we'll glue this one shut. And we can see where the all the glue lines are that we need to make. And then I have a couple more here, and then we will try to maybe decorate up a little bit the one of them. I don't know which one. I'm kind of, guys, it's just kind of turning out to be one of those. Well, when I'm filming this, it happens to be the 4th of July. So I'm like, it's a holiday, everybody's home, we're all kind of relaxing. We had dinner and, you know, everything. And now I'm down here trying to okay. So this folds over like this. Let me get these out of the way and we'll pull this out. And we will, so this we're going to glue here. Wait, we're going to glue this here. Okay, and we're just going to fold it shut. Just like that. Okay, and then we're going to glue this down and we're just going to fold it shut. And the fold at the bottom will close both pockets. So you really only have to glue these 2 side spots. Like that. And with this paper, the fact that that practically blends in. I mean, I know it's there, but okay, and then we're going to trim this because my square was because I cut outside the fold. My square was a little too wide when I stuck it in there. Okay, and there we have it. So that one's done, and that one's actually glued down. So you got a pocket here, and then voila, another slant pocket. So far we have these made. I was going to try one with this. This is a little heavier. This is a cardstock. Well, a really lightweight cardstock. It's one of those reflections pads that you can get at Michael's. It's paper from one of those. So it's a really lightweight cardstock. Nothing. All right. And as you can see, the little speckles that are on it, it makes it not directional. There's no pattern to them. They're very random. I thought about doing it with a polka dot sheet that I had. My problem with it was the polka dot sheet, the polka dots were kind of in rows, and I was like, I don't know how that's going to look. I mean, I suppose I could have folded it and found out, but nope. What did we say? We're folding the 10-inch side in half. Guys, for as many of these as I have made, well, which isn't many. You see the 3 of them. But still. All right, so fold it in half on the 10-inch side. Okay, fold up so that you have a 5-inch bottom and a 7-inch top. Okay. This is definitely one that you're going to want to cut that middle piece out of, because it's adding bulk to the project, because this is lightweight cardstock and not paper. So we are definitely going to want to cut this piece out. So let's take this and give it a cut. I'm just going to line it up and cut right down the middle of the fold. I'm not going to try and go to either side. I'm not going to try and do anything fancy. We're just going to go right down the middle of the fold. Okay. You know me, guys. I like using the knife with the ruler on stuff like this because it allows me to start and stop where I want. So when I want to start at a specific spot and stop at a specific spot, the knife works for that. If you can do it with a rolling blade, I don't know how. But maybe those of you who have been doing this longer know. All right, and there's a little snippet there that didn't go through. All right, and there's our piece that we are going to end up gluing in. I'm going to glue it that way. So that's going to glue down there. All right, this is going to fold in this direction. Remember, away from your opening. So we're going to, especially since this is cardstock, we're going to put that down really good. And I made it a little too... Okay, now it's going to be up to you whether or not you want to keep that. Now that this is cardstock, I mean, there is the consideration for cutting off the excess, because it's going to make it fat. It's going to be a hefty pocket. So there is the consideration for cutting this off and just using the cardstock in and of itself. Not to mention the fact that I seem to have folded that too close. This folds up still. Yeah. Okay. So these are the things that you have to worry about with cardstock that you don't have to worry about with paper. So I like to come on when we do these little things that I get from other people. Stephani used paper, I'm pretty sure. And I like to come on here and try with different materials and stuff, and then I can let you guys know, hey, you know, cardstock might not be the best for this particular project because there's a lot of folds and layering in it. Or, you know, you're going to have more scraps if you use cardstock because you're going to want to cut some of this stuff off. That's what it's going to look like, right? Okay. And then this will need trimmed on the edge. It's, I mean, it's not awful. I'm probably going to just keep it all just because I don't want to. Although I might use this glue since it's not just paper. I only trust glue stick, but so far. Now, obviously, if you do this and I glue the pocket shut, you know, like I've been saying, you know, I can't, if I'm going to sew it, I can't glue the pocket shut. If I glue the pocket shut, then I can still glue around the outside edge, obviously. I just can't glue the slants. So that would be a consideration if you were going to, actually considering trimming a little bit off of here because it is interfering, and of course I can't cut straight, so here we go. The bottom of this pocket's going to be all wonky. At least you don't see it because it's under all the folds. Okay, let's see if that helps with the folding. Yeah, that helps a lot actually. Okay, so then we'll glue this piece. So anyway, as I was saying, this is kind of a good pocket for paper, book page, that sort of thing. Well, book page only if you don't mind writing being upside down. But for cardstock, unless you're going to cut these pieces out or you don't mind the extra bulk, this one gets kind of bulky with all the folding and stuff. So just a thought. And now that we've done it, we know. I have one more paper one I want to try this with, and then we'll try and maybe decorate something. So how is everybody spending their, well, I mean, everybody doesn't do the 4th, I know, but here in America, how's everybody's 4th going? And elsewhere, how is your summer going if you're in summer? If you are in cooler months, which I guess would be our Aussie friends and South American friends, right? You guys are in cooler months right now? This is just what I learned in geography class. So, I don't know. I've never been in the Southern Hemisphere. So, I've always thought it was neat because when we learned it, I was like, so, you know, down there in the Southern Hemisphere, you guys actually do have Christmas in warm weather, I guess. Those of you who celebrate Christmas. Which is really weird to me, but I guess if you grew up with it, having a cold Christmas is really weird to you. Yeah? Maybe? I don't know. I can't say that as I get older I would mind a warm Christmas. I'm one of those people who has lived in the... I haven't lived in like the north, but northeastern United States. So we get all 4 seasons and where I am. And I can tell you, I could do without the colder ones. The older I get, the less I like them. So if they went away, I wouldn't be upset, if I'm honest. Okay. And then there we've made one out of cardstock. I am going to leave it unglued. Now that we've glued one, if you need references on gluing, again, you would glue here, lay it down, glue here, and fold it up, and then push that down if you're going to glue these shut. And then the fold will close the bottom. So you only need to glue the 2 sides. And mine looks off, but when I turn it over, not, yeah, it is. This is going to be a mistake. Oh, did okay. Well. Oh. That was the point, I guess. Okay. All right. There we go. There. So I'm going to save this one in case I want to stitch it. I'm so thrilled with how the stitched one turned out and that I was able to do it that I'm like, I don't want to glue any of them. I want to go upstairs and stitch them all on my sewing machine. So there's that one. Oops. Okay, and then this was the other piece I was going to use. This has some bold pattern in it. But in the same token, it's I hope we're going to cut this side. It's non-directional and I feel like it would fold up against itself okay. So I want to give it a try. This is just an experiment, this one here. I'm going to fold. This is still got its cut line on it, so just make sure I'm taking off my full 2 inches. All right. Now we're going to fold it in half. And I remembered this time we're folding the 10-inch side in half. Okay, and then we're going to fold up. Oh, this is going to be one opened the other direction again. I feel like you need a few. Can we all see that white line that I didn't fold this straight? I get the feeling that's going to cause problems down the road. This is just a piece of paper. So I am back to paper. This is not cardstock. Again, I feel like this works really good for paper because you're taking the paper and you're making double layered pockets with it. So I feel like it works really good for pieces of paper that you want to make pockets out of. It reinforces itself. It's, it's good for pockets. Make sure that's the right piece. Yes. Okay. All right. So we're going to cut this. Okay. And then we're going to cut it here. Oh, that tore at the bottom. That's all right. Okay, and then remember, we're folding away from our opening, so this one's going to fold in this direction. You have to remember that you're folding it away from the opening of your fold. Try to fold it as straight as possible, but for some reason, this one is folding really far down. Like, that overlaps a lot. I told you this was going to cause problems. Why is that so big? Okay. Luckily, that's the part we glue, so you won't be able to tell, but I'm not quite sure why it's... All right, and then this one you're going to fold down, right? Yeah, you're going to fold. Now I'm second guessing myself. All right, so you're going to fold opposite corners toward the middle. Is basically what you're doing. Try and get them as straight as you can. I cannot see this fold. I suppose I could go like that. There we go. There we go. Okay. And then we close it here and we lift this up. Like that. Okay. Yeah, and see this pattern isn't so bad. And then this one has got that big flower in the corner, which I wanted for the corner of the sheet. And it'll look like that. I like that. I think that's really cute. Okay, let me glue all my pieces down and we will have made quite a few of these. Let's see where we are. Okay, after this one, we're going to try doing some decorating. So we're going to get this one glued down and all trimmed up. And then we will try decorating 1 or 2 of these if I can figure out what I want to decorate them with. Okay. So let's put this one here. Okay. All right, and then we'll glue this down. Okay. Now, let's fold this one up and see if there's any trimming necessary, because I'm pretty sure there is. Oh, I probably should have trimmed. Actually, we are going to trim because I haven't folded it yet. I mean, I haven't. I feel like you almost need to cut on both sides of the fold. You know, like we do for removing bulk in the center. Kind of an idea. I feel like you almost need to do that here. Okay, so that's that. We have quite a few edges with white showing. I think for now I'm just going to trim this edge. The rest of them are very thin and may get hidden in decorating. So I'm not gonna mess with it right now. So that's our other one. So I did this one, and this is the one I sewed, and then we did these, and this is the one I glued. Okay, so these are the pockets we've made. Give me just a minute. I'm going to clean up, and then we'll be back to work. Okay, in the interest of my shabby chic idea here, I got out some lace. No. And I'm going to do some gluing down here at the bottom. Actually, I don't want to do that first. I want to maybe... I might put this on here. Let me see how high that's going to come up. Let's tear. I don't want all of that. We don't need all of that. So maybe like this. Okay, let me ink it. So yeah, I cleaned up. I didn't want you guys to watch me clean, and while I was cleaning, I grabbed all my... Okay. I think my felt pad needs a trim. While I was cleaning, I just pulled some stuff out of my mess down here on the floor and decided to pull it up here on the table where I could get to it. And I admit I tore this off to see how it would look. I actually like the fact that the green in this is kind of like mimics this industrial greenish color. And so yeah, I think this works out pretty good. And then we're going to add some sparkles and some flowers and some glitter and some poofy things and some lace. And I'm hoping that it gives the idea of like industrial shabby chic. That's what we're going for. Okay, so we're going to glue this down. And this is some of that double-sided old wallpaper stuff that I cut off of one of our projects we were doing the other day. Actually, I think I cut it off of some pages we put in the Victorian album book. So yeah, so using scraps, guys. Always like to use scraps, right? Oh, I didn't even realize it. That wasn't intentional, but that's cardstock, so it kind of flattened that fold out for me. I should actually, for industrial shabby chic, I should like make that seam a thing. And this one too. Although, if I was really smart, I should do. And I might still. Okay, wait. Before I go getting crazy, make sure my glue stick's down. We're going to bunch some lace. We all know how well this goes, right? So put it down on here. And before I even get bunching, my fingers have hot glue on them. Okay. And I will tell you what, if you have acrylic nails, hot glue sticks really good. To your acrylic nails, I mean. Okay. And let's cut this off. I'm not going to need this much. We'll cut that off so I don't have to worry about it. And then we are going to, it's not bunched enough. We're going to pull this. I'm going to bunch it a little more. Okay. I want to see, I can't find my little ones, guys, and it's kind of making me angry. These, you know, my puffy flowers. I love these things. I can't find my little ones. I'm a little upset about the whole thing. We're going to take this off of here. I don't know if this is going to be too big, though. Because, I mean, actually, I don't even like it on there. Save it for another thing. Okay, and then we are going to, I think I'm going to just cut this off. Doesn't need to go all the way to the end. So we just have a little ruffle there. Okay. I'm going to be scraping hot glue off of my nails for like a week. And then I was thinking we would put this guy on here. Like that. To mimic that. Oh, guys, I really like that. Okay. I'm going to put some glue on these. All right, and I was able to get this down pretty far, so we're going to stick it down in there. And then it's going to go on like that. And then I have glue on all the leaves. Look at that, guys. I really like the way that turned out. Okay. What do you think? So this is the first little industrial shabby chic idea of ephemera that I've had. Or the first one that I've done. And my other thought was to do something up in this corner. I was going to put this label up here. And then stick this guy. I like those together. I just don't know if I want them on here. You know what we could do? We might be able to stick them on this one. What if we stick them on here? That'll cover up my rose. Question is, do I care? The answer might be no. I kind of like that. Okay, well, that's two little decorations. Ooh, I can't get that off of there now. Well, it's stuck. So wherever they go, they're going together. Okay, so we'll stick this one on this pocket. There are times, and I will admit that since this is from Stephani's video, I will tell you she made the comment too. The upper pockets, I mean, decorating them isn't necessarily the priority, just because whatever you have in the pocket is going to cover up whatever you decorate with. Now, is that a steadfast don't ever decorate your pockets? No, but in the same token, if you don't want to decorate your pockets, you can always keep in mind that whatever you stick in the pocket will be covering up that part. Oh, that's crooked. Okay, there we go. It's not crooked anymore. I like it. Okay. Very nice. And then that one's kind of that's got some glitter on it too. Okay, so both of those pockets are decorated. I like it. Okay, let's see what we can do with, okay, not necessarily the same types of decorations on this one. I have this that's kind of blue. Might be able to use it. Don't know. Here's a piece of lace. Ooh, maybe I'll put flat lace on this one. Like, I don't know. This is where I run into my I don't know what I'm doing with it problem. So I don't know. I'm not positive what to decorate it with. I wonder if I could find one of these lovely young ladies to go on here. Look at this lady. She's got blue. Oh, she would have to sit off over here. She's got blue on her and there's a chair with some colors in it. I don't know about that one. If I keep this, I have to be careful because no, this would have to go over further. I don't like the label. Not with the... Put my box away. Alright guys, we're getting bogged down again. Here we go. This is how it happens. Maybe I should change this. If I did a piece of this. No, not that. I might not use lace at all. That's really big. Not that. What if I use a sticker and a sticker? Could use something out of here to stand her on. I am one of those people that looks at them and goes, she's floating. She needs to be grounded on something. I'm just not really sure what. What about a strip of tickets? It's too small, I think. I could ground her on a ticket, though, if I had a big enough one. Not in there. Oh, wait, I had... What about this? Can you guys see what I'm doing? Of course not. So this and then like that. The question is it her or somebody with more like, oh, I gotta be careful with her because there's not a lot of space for the, she won't actually be standing on the, well, maybe. I kind of like her. Okay, and then the only other thing I want is maybe, okay guys, you ready? We're gonna do it. I don't know what I'll end up using it for, but... Or wait, this is very neutral. I wonder if I should do this one here. Ooh. That does blend, doesn't it? Also goes the other way, so it's going to be that. And then like this. Even though that's all neutrals, I like it on there better. Okay, this is going to be the last one, guys, so let's make it count. We are going to put this one here. I want to get my flower back. I have a thought. I don't know if it's going to work, but I have a thought. It's always scary. All right, we're going to take some of this netting off of here. I might actually use some of it. So yeah, I usually take the netting off, but I'm thinking this time I might use a little bit of it down here at the bottom for like texture and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, you might not even be able to see it, but let me give it a shot. Okay, here we go. We're going to put this down and then we're going to be done. And again, I have been trying to make these short and sweet because they're for, I'm pre-recording for while I'm going to be away with my youngest. And my son can take care of making sure they're all up and they go up on time. Because he's going to be here. And none of them are coming out short and sweet, guys. Can I just tell you? I mean, the last one I recorded, record time ended up being 1 hour and 28 minutes. I'm proud of myself. I cut 30 minutes out of that video when I was editing. But still. Okay, and then I was just going to put this up along here. For texture, maybe? Well, it's going down now. Okay. You can't see it a lot, but... Okay, and then I'm going to ink this one because it's got kind of whitish edges. And then we will put this down. This is what she's going to stand on. I'm pretty sure this is a Tim Holtz. This little piece that I'm doing now. This I made. That's a stamp I have, and I just stamped it onto some scraps of paper in my scrap box and then cut it out. I like that one. I'm probably going to make more of those. So we'll put it across there like that. Yes, I hope. Yikes. Okay, and then we have to get her off of her backing. Also, I hope. Okay, I'm going to get my book page because we are going to put glue on this. Because if it's going to go over top of other textures, it's probably going to need help. I like the fact that these are washi. I also think that changing to the neutral background, it's also why I kind of wanted to put the doily behind it. I'm not totally 100% sold on these, like her legs and arms and face and stuff would have turned blue on here. Because she's the washi sticker and you can see through her. And I'm hoping that this sticks to everything. Like through the lace. And actually what I'm hoping is the Fabri-Tac under that netting was still wet. So it grabbed the sticker. Okay. Now we're going to put this last piece on and then I'm going to see if that flower I cut out, I can put it on here. And that will be the end of this one and it will be done and done. And I'm so excited, guys. We made them and I decorated 3 of them. I mean, for me, that's like a record. Of course, I don't know if the flower is going to work because of where I want to put it. So I have to wait and see. All right, so that's going to go right there. And there. Oh, that turned out really cute. I like it. Okay. I was thinking of putting it here. But, I mean, it can only get half glued down, which isn't a problem. I mean, then you would be tucking under it. Also not a problem. I should stitch it first. If I'm going to stitch it, I should stitch it first. All right, guys. this one I want to show you. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the ones I want to stitch. That's this one and this one. And I'm going to run them upstairs. And before I totally let you go, I'm going to show you how they turn out with stitches. And then I will see you in the next. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I'm back from my sewing machine. Adventures in and while I was gone, I let my glue dry. Let's put the pin in this. And then we'll look at these. Okay, so here it is. I didn't do any back stitching, and a lot of times what I'll do is put glue on them. Sometimes I'll even leave the strings on until I'm ready to take them off. Just because, I mean, if you don't backstitch, and I don't like backstitching on paper because it gives you that little clump of, you know. So I'll usually take it and I'll go like that at my ends, just a little bit of clear glue on either end of my slant. And then for these, this I'll do the back. Right around my corners where I started and stopped. I started and stopped right here because of the lace, and I started and stopped right there. And I don't remember what, I'm pretty sure I turned on both of these corners, but whatever. And then that'll just kind of hold the threads in place. So that dries and yay. I don't want it to go anywhere and stick to anything. Okay, and then same with this one. However, what I was saying before was I wanted to glue this on here. And now that it's stitched, oh guys, I love it. Okay, so we're going to just along the bottom of the flower. Like that. And then I'm going to pick this up and kind of eyeball it so that it's only on the pocket, and then I can still get underneath a bit. Guys, I am in love with that pocket. That turned out so cool. Okay, guys, so this was another take on the slant pockets. Again, thank you to Stephani over at Coffee Paper Scissors. I will leave you a link to go see her video. She makes, it's from a while back, a year ago or maybe a little more, I don't know. It's actually a really cute little Easter pocket that she's making, and she makes she made little tags and everything. She's always very, her stuff is always very neat and beautiful, and I love it. And yeah, so, but for us, we got this one done. We got this one done. Well, we got that one folded. We got this one finished. We got this one done. Guys, I am so excited with how these turned out. And then this was my prototype. So yeah, I hope you guys like this alternative to the slant pocket, and I will see you with the next pocket idea. Bye bye, guys.